Hello, family and friends. This is Beverly Black. And how is everyone doing today? I pray that everyone is blessed and doing well. But the reason I come before you today, I had slacked up, stopped looking for my biological mother, Mary Frances Matthews, but I'm back on it again. And today I'm coming with some information that I have gathered, and I pray that someone who's listening to this video will know some of these people that I'm about to give names and get in touch with me or in touch with them and let them know that I am on a journey of searching for my biological mother. I don't know if she's dead or alive because I'm 70 years old. She had me when she was 16, so she's probably about 86 or so right now. But in my search, I cannot find a death certificate for her. So I am praying that she is still alive. But my biological mother's name, the name that I know, she probably has been married, I don't know, and have more children. But I assume that I am her first child. My brother, Charlie Graham, is her second child. She had him a year later. But my mother's name is Mary Frances Matthews. That was her maiden name, was Matthews. In 1956, September the 19th, 1956, she married Charlie Lester Square from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. My mother's birthday is February the 22nd, 1936, and she was born in Weldon, North Carolina. My mother's mother, her name was Louise Frances Persons, or Pearson. Some people pronounce it Pearson, some Persons. But she was married to John June Matthews Jr. That person is my biological mother's father. And he was born in 1916 and he died in 1984. June he owned a cab in Weldon, North Carolina that he drove, and I believe his brother Shorty Matthews, he was a shoe shine. He owned a shoe shine shop in Weldon or either a barber shop, one or the other in Weldon, in downtown Weldon. But my grandmother, who is Mary Louise Frances Persons Matthews, with the marriage with my grandfather, they had 2 daughters. And my mother's sister's name is Hazel Louise Matthews. She has been married several times since, but she is deceased now. And she lived in Seaside, California. And she has several children. And I met Aunt Hazel before she died. And she told me that she had not seen my biological mother since they were 13 years old. And she hadn't heard from her. She didn't know anything about her. It's like she just disappeared from the face of the earth. And so she hadn't seen her since she was 13, but she had me at 16. So my biological father's name is Charlie Graham. He is deceased. I have met him. I met him before he passed. And he told me that I was born August 15th, 1952, at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland. I have been on the search for my birth certificate for years. I've searched in North Carolina, Virginia, Baltimore, and Washington, all in the surrounding area, and still cannot find no birth certificate. But I'm trying to find family members to see if anybody know anything about my biological mother. And her mother, who was married to my grandfather, John Matthews, she went to New Jersey. Well, in my search, I have found this. And she had another family. She had, I think, 3 or 4 other children. I have some of their names. And if anybody who's listening and some of these names sound familiar, or you know them, or you know some of their children, or someone connected to them, please get in contact with them or me. I would so appreciate it. But I found out that my grandmother's children, they were living in New York or New Jersey or both places. And one of them, one of the girls' name was Vera C. Lee. And I think she's deceased because it shows she was born in no, that can't be right. Not for the date of birth. I don't know if she's deceased or not, because I done wrote down the wrong date for birth. The other one is Patricia Dillon, John Jones, Daryl Kincaid, Kincaid or Kennard, Natasha Dixon. And it's showing New York for all of them as their address. If anybody knows any of those names or they sound familiar, some of them may have remarried or may be deceased. I do not know. That is Patricia Dillon, John Jones, Daryl Kennard, Kinard, Natasha Dixon, and for some of them, I have some old address. I know they're not there anymore, and I don't want to say, but one of them was in Brick, New York. Natasha Dixon, it is showing a Brick, New York for her. And Daryl, it shows that he once lived on Main Street. Rothway, New York, Rahway, New York. I'm just looking for information. If you can help me, I would so appreciate it. My biological mother, I told you in 1956, I'm sorry, she was born in 1936. But in 1956, when she married Charlie Lester Square, I don't think they were married but a couple of years at the most, because I think I run when I was doing Ancestry.com, I seen that they got a divorce. So I will put these names, I will have them running at the end of this video. So if you have any leads or any way, I will have my email address in. Any way that you can help me. I am on Facebook, IG, Twitter, and YouTube. I would so appreciate it. You would bless me so much with any information you can give. I want you all to know that I love you, but God loves you more. Why? Because you are his masterpiece, and our God does not make any junk. Everyone be blessed and prosperous. Thank you so much.